Hi and a very good evening. We are students from LPE2301, Group 21. So before we start, we are going to introduce ourselves first. My name is Ratul Azmiza binti Mahisa and my metric number is 211864.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Musla Izati binti Muhammad Sani and my matrix number is 211898.
Hi, my name is Nurul Fatin Harisha binti Zuhari. My metric number is 211844.
Hi, my name is Nurul Iza Inshira binti Ahiruddin and my metric number is 211626.
Hi, my name is Nur Haida binti Jaafar and my metric number is 211807.
So the task that we are going to do is about group discussion, and our group discussion is based on the topic that we have chosen, which is recycling. And what we are focusing on this group discussion is based on the statement given, which stated current recycling efforts are not effective in reducing waste and material consumption. So before we start, are you guys ready for our discussion?
Yes, ready.
Yes.
So if you don't mind, may I start with my opinion first? Thank you. So I'll start. From my point of view, I would say that I agree with the statement saying that current recycling efforts are ineffective in reducing the waste and material consumption. And I know that current recycling are now being conducted across the world at a certain scale today. But I found that that we are still far away from the net zero. For an example, based on my studies, based on my research, in the United States, their rate of recycling activities has increased a lot today in comparison to what they have achieved on their previous years. But they stated that there are still a lot more to improve. And why is this still happening is one of the main roots, which is the less participation of people in doing the recycling activities. And I think that this is because of some reasons that may lead to these factors. So in my opinion, my first reason because of the less participation of people is because of the lack of education. I think that most of us aware that recycling activities is one of a good thing that we can do. But the main problem is that most of us are not completely or widely exposed with the proper way of how to do the recycling activities. For example, some people might be like, they don't know what types of material that can be recycled or which type of material that are supposed to be thrown into the recycling bins. There are many types of recycling bins, such as for papers, glass, aluminum can, organic material. So the main goals of the recycling activities is that we wanted to repurpose the material that are supposed to be trash into a new product so that we can reduce consumption and maybe to reduce the use of the landfill sites. The place that we collect together the trash, right? So when this problem exists, when there are people who don't know the proper way to do the recycling activities, they might, for an example, just throw the recyclable and non-recyclable materials such as liquid and plastic into the same recycling bins. So this might causes the material in those bins being damaged or contaminated until it cannot be used anymore. So this is the opposite of what is the recycling goals we need to achieve. So I think that's all for my first opinion. What do you think, Fatin, Harisha?
I think you are absolutely right. Society is not take serious about recycling. For example, using too much plastic in the first place. I also agree with recycling is ineffective in reducing waste. I have read in one article mentioned about recycling is not good. Uh, it's not a good solution to the plastic waste because of plastic waste in the oceans has become a huge environmental issue. What do you guys think?
I agree with
Yes,
what
I
you
agree.
said just now. I do really think that current recycling effort are ineffective, as based on the article that I found stated that Malaysia targeted 22% of total solid waste could be recycled by the year of 2020. But the current recycling rate is about 5% only. This is because the level of awareness on recycling is poor in society, and most individuals are not able to translate their concern to act upon the matter. Such a thing happen because there is a lack of promotion on the 3R program held by the government. That is my opinion.
Okay, but I am sorry, I have to disagree with you guys. From my point of view, current recycling efforts are still effective in reducing waste and materials consumption because there is still an ethical society that practice the 3R concept, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. And there still have society that wisely manage their materials consumption by segregating waste according to their respective categories. For me, reducing our consumption should be the first step, and reusing also tends to be far more sustainable than recycling. Um, Based on my study, recycle can reduce the need to grow, harvest, or extract new raw materials from the earth. That in turn reduce the harmful disruption and damage being done to the natural world, which means fewer forests cut down will be able to reduce pollution. What do you think, guys?
In my opinion, many recyclables become contaminated when items are placed in the wrong bins, or when a dirty food container gets into the recycling bin. What do you guys think? This behavior, what kind of we can take?
I think, as I said before, this kind of thing that happens, such as when the people throw the wrong type of material into the recycling bins. Maybe that is because of the lack of education. They don't know the proper way, as I mentioned before. So I think in order to avoid from this kind of things repeated again, we must be really, sharing the education about recycling activities, maybe through the social medias, freelance campaign, so that everyone is exposed completely with the recycling activities. So for me,
I think that's a good point. However, I need to add some more example. So the huge quantity of municipal solid waste generation, particularly in Peninsular Malaysia, has increased from more than 19,000 tons per day, plus more than 165 operational landfill across Malaysia, catering to 95% of Malaysia waste. Many landfill are reaching their design capacity. So this is clearly show that their efforts are ineffective, where the most of recyclable materials are not fully recovered and recycled, thereby increasing the amount of waste produced. That's all. Thank you.
I add my point. I think people can get a lot of information about the recycling or about our environment with the powerful of internet. And then they can do a research about the recycling, about the importance of recycling, and they will think that recycling also the other way to reduce the impact on our environment. So maybe they will become more environmental friendly. For example, issue about the scientists protest that warning us to protect our earth because they predict that we only have 2 or 3 years before our earth destroyed. So this situation make people be more aware, and they will practice more recycling in their daily routine because they will think that recycling is the easy way to reduce the negative impact on our earth. What about others?
Can I add some point? As steward of the environment, we are responsible for preserving and protecting our resources for ourselves and for future generation. Even I know some facts in newspapers say that recycle is not effective and can create pollution, but it's okay. We need to keep encourage ourselves to save environment and the earth. So keep do recycling and educate our young generation to practice this. So the thing that some people said recycling is not effective, it will be effective soon. That's all from me.
So I agree with both of the ideas, like the others also. Maybe for the one that disagree, that doesn't mean that we need to like stop doing the recycling activities, because there are still pros and it's still one way for us to live sustainably and help serving for the earth.
I agree with Siratul. So how about others? What?
How about Izzah and Fatin Harisha?
I also
agree.
Siratul. If everyone has nothing more to add, shall we stop here?
Yes,
Sure.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your contribution to this discussion. Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you
Thank you.
everyone. Bye.